Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. Now, this video is to talk about something that is both controversial and rather bizarre to me. So it's been a while since I took part in a main scenario roulette, and after reading the original 4.2 notes, there was something glaring that I'd either missed completely or shrugged off out of disregard, and that is that as of 4.2, the main scenario dungeons Castrum, Meridianum and Praetorium have now had their cutscenes forced to be viewed regardless of how many times you've done the instance before, forcing everyone to watch them back to back as they happen with no way of skipping them anymore. So why was this done? Now, to quote Yoshi P, to ensure new players are able to enjoy the cutscenes in Castrum, Meridianum and the Praetorium, all cutscenes in these dungeons can no longer be skipped. Square Enix also further noted, because this will increase the time required to complete these dungeons, completion rewards and duty roulette bonuses for these duties have also been increased. So just how painful is a run of Castrum for anyone whom has previously completed it? Without getting too whingy, it's not great. Personally, I love the idea that newcomers get to watch the cutscenes with no real rush behind it, but, and it's a rather big but when it comes to these dungeons in particular, these cutscenes are 3 to 4 or so years old. The instance without cutscenes is around 15 to 20 minutes or so, and with, it's reaching up to an hour or more, but then I didn't time it exactly. These cutscenes were also developed at a time when they weren't sure how to deal with cutscenes in a main scenario dungeon. Since then, they've cut down a hell of a lot. I mean, even in Hell's Lid, you barely get any cutscenes until you've finished a place, or prior to it, they do the cutscenes before you enter the actual dungeon, and I think a lot of that is a design choice based on people's reactions. So why are people getting irritated by this change? It's not that there's cutscenes there in general, it's just the majority of these instances prioritized artsy style pans around bosses that go on for way too long, and curious shots of door frames and you anticipating stepping through it, endless link pearl conversations and introductions to even the most basic of boss that put anime boss fight build up to shame. The quality of the cutscenes varies really wildly in here. Some are integral to the plot and are absolutely fantastic and lore-filled, but it's just the majority that are this, and this. And there's a 2-second gap of gameplay where you walk to an elevator, and then there's another cutscene, and then you walk out the elevator and you fight a boss for maybe 30 seconds, and then there's like a 20-minute cutscene. So, yeah. Now, they did increase the rewards for these places, and that's something we should talk about. So, on my warrior, I just gained level 67 or so before joining Praetorium, and by the end of the full run, I had leveled up completely to 68. That's an absolute ton of experience from the run, including the end reward for completion, which is quite tasty to consider. But how has this affected the queue times? At peak time, if you queue as a DPS, which is always bad anyway, the times can be anywhere over an hour, even more so as the day drags on, and even as a healer I've been sat there for 30 minutes waiting for one of these queues to pop and just basically giving up. So was this a good decision to change how the cutscenes were viewed in the Castrum instances? What do you feel about post 4.2 runs of the Castrum dungeons, if at all you even do them? Let me know below, and I'll see you all next time.